and welcome to another review of a Figma, this time of the Guyver, Guyver 1, Guyver the Bioboosted Armor series. I loved Guyver when I was a kid. I remember watching quite a few episodes, and I always wanted the toys, and this is possibly one of the coolest figures I've seen for a long time. This is absolutely awesome. Cool. So we're going to look straight at it. First of all, it says Max Factory. You've got the lovely window box display. It says Figma, Guyver 1, Guyver the Bioboosted Armor, the logo, and then some stuff modeled by Max Factory. Okay, on the side you have Guyver himself, and then again more information. On the back you have the different poses which you're going to see earlier, which I think look absolutely cool. I love the kind of the arm blades, and then you've got the G1, I can't remember the name, I'll remember it in a bit. And then some more information about the box. A Guyver in a really cool pose, again 231 Guyver. On the top it's Guyver again, and on the bottom the same. Is it the same pose? Yep, same pose again. So we're going to crack him open and have a look at him. And here he is, Guyver 1. Oh, this is a fantastic model. I love the way that they've done this, and the detail is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so let's have a look. First of all, you can see that his eyes are kind of like a pinkish red. You then have his kind of his mask where he can talk or kind of breathe. It's been a long time since I've seen Guyver. And even like if you look just there, the green little gem, that looks phenomenal, everything about it. Now, one thing I did have when I got the figure and opened him beforehand was these like pipes, his kind of like breathing thing or whatever they are. They're kind of twisted, so when you move the head, let's just move the head, like because they're literally joined to just underneath, because it was a brand new model at the time, they would move, and it was kind of more going that way, so it was kind of pushing. So if you wanted to move his head in any direction that you wanted, you had these, but with a little bit of time and patience, just moving it slightly, you can actually kind of release them, not pull them out, but kind of like just release them from underneath the head, so that they can be fine, and that they can move and they can look fine, because they were kind of pointing this way and it was kind of off-putting, and I thought it was a thing with the model after looking at the back of the box. So they're all combined here, and one thing I like is I know that in Guyver, when he had his battle suit, when he wanted his ultimate attack, you could pull, or he would open these up and he would then fire, and it's also on the box. They also come off, so just be careful. So yeah, they will stay in, it's just that if you open it, they can kind of fall out. They're on ball movements as well, and that is fantastic, so you can actually combine it and you can have them in any way. So they combine back up that way, but if we just have a quick look back inside it right there, you can see that there's so much fine detailing, which is an amazing thing for a figure of this size. I did think he was going to be a bit bigger from the way he was shown on the websites and stuff, but it's a nice little size. Here, these kind of remind me of Samus kind of shoulder pads, and they can move quite well, and obviously they can move with the hands. When you look at his arm blades as well, you can see that they've put a lot of fine detail and a lot of time and effort to actually make this. Here you've got his kind of joints, and then you've got this kind of biometrical circuit vein thing. If you know what it is, pop the comments down below. But yeah, this is cool. I like it a lot. When looking at even say on his other side of his arm, again, it's so much kind of like a dirt type texture, which really gives this figure kind of a push forward. As you can see from here, the torso, there is a lot of kind of dirt texturing, which is absolutely amazing. And again, you've got his kind of his belt. I remember this being some sort of power thing, or he activates it, or it's from the G unit or something. I can't remember. It's been a long time. Again, as I said, I've seen from Guyver. When we kind of look at the legs here, you can see there's some slight indents just there, which look cool. Definitely alien type. Hence the armor, but you can say that again, more time and effort's been gone into making something like this. The torso, again, looks fine. I've noticed that when you look at these things here, it's kind of in proportion. Sometimes it can be out of proportion. It can look like, even if he's standing up straight, it could look a little bit like he's kind of cocking to the side. And again, you guys cod piece, and that's about it for that one. Okay, and then again, we're having a look at the knee joints. Again, you can see that they've put in the kind of veiny things, or the biometric armor, and it just looks fine. And again, more kind of dirt, and looks like he's in battle or ready for it, and this is absolutely fantastic. When looking at his feet here, you can see that even in the smallest areas they've put the same sort of detail again, and you've got the kind of dirt on his feet here and here. One thing I have noticed is when moving it, the ball kind of joints here have to be in kind of a line. So this is kind of frustrating at times, but I can see what they've done, obviously because of the way that the figure is made. So let's have a look at the back of him. So when you see the back of the figure, you can see you've got the lines running around the back. Again, here with the blade, we're going to look at that briefly. I forgot to mention something. And again, you see the small little silver balls at the point at it. Again, you've got the back of the neck, which is kind of cool. You can see like the kind of wires again. And here you can see the slight dirtying of the actual figure. There's quite a lot of like kind of flashy detail in a way. The way that he's kind of like, his back plates kind of remind me of like a mech, and here again you've got more of the kind of biometrical circuits, and then the hole for the actual stand that you get with the Figma. Here you've got the base of the spine, which looks cool, and then you've got his arse plate, and if you can see in the here again, there's more of just the grey area. When looking at here, you can see that you have slightly more dirt in there. Kind of remind me of the X-Borg from the Power Ranger line, and again you've got the kind of seam where I think it just wraps around him, and if that's cool, I think I remember it, hence with the G unit. That is absolutely fantastic, and it just looks really fun. It looks cool, I like it. Here you have the ball joint where he bends. Now I said on the Iron Man I didn't understand why they were different colours, but they've matched this one with the Iron Man. It was very simple. It was because that's the way the armour was made. I was like, oh, after watching the Avengers again. And again, when we look here, you've got the kind of more detailed option, as well as more dirtying, and that's pretty much it. Then you've got the kind of like, if you turn him to the side, you can see that his foot is slightly different. It's not like a whole base thing. It is just pretty much the same as in like a camel's foot for some strange reason. That's the one that popped to mind. One thing I did actually mention is here you can take this off. So he looks kind of like one of the soldiers from Warhammer, but when we're looking at this, I think you can add something to him later on, or you can change it. But if we look at the kind of the blade part, this looks fun. Keep saying that. It looks absolutely kind of weird when you take it off. But again, you've got the red gem, you've got more of the line, and again some more detailed and dirtying of the actual blade, of the actual horn itself. Easy attach, and even on here, they've not just made it like a generic blue thing, they've actually put a little bit of dirt and make it look really weird. I was going to say fun again. So I don't know if this is part of it. Again, as I said, it's been a while since I've watched Guyver. When playing with him and actually moving him, I noticed that it's kind of like, I don't know if it's stiff as the joint, but it feels like it's not gonna like break at all. So you can see like with the stress test, his kind of like arms move. I'm very scared of these things because they're so sharp. I would not recommend letting kids play with it, or just put it on a high shelf for display. Just be careful with it. His feet kind of thing, a lot of people start with the top, but this time I'm going to start with the legs. Very slight articulation in the feet, which is cool. Which again, with most figures you've seen that there's a lot, so I don't know if they're not movable properly in the series, but there is some that articulation there. So again, with the legs, you can move them about like that, move them around, and again here with the other one. This one's a lot easier for some strange reason, could just be my figure. His arms, again, because of, I noticed with anything with shoulder pads, you have limited to some degree, but it's not going to be like, it's going to stop it. You can possibly move it around, so you can actually move his hands up and down. Here you have, again, you have his arms moving like that, so it's fine for articulation. And again, his hands. So again, you can move it around, doing what you want. Have his hand come in because of the ball joints. You shall not defeat me, I am Guyver. And again, his head moves slightly, but just be careful as you have these tube things. But you can move them up and down. As I say, his chest plate opens. You have to really click it in place, otherwise it will just keep falling off like it did beforehand. But it's a lot of fun. You can move him back, forward, around and about. So that's how, now we've had a look at how he moves, let's have a look at some of the accessories that we get. Some of the things that you get extra is the G device. You get a chest piece that doesn't open, you get the extended arm blades, as well as an extra little piece if you mess up with one of the hands, a stand, and of course the different hands that you get. This is cool. I always like the fact that they include this with every single kind of figure. It just means that you don't lose the hands, and of course you get a bag. So I never understood what the bag was for, but I'm guessing it's like if you don't keep the box and you want to keep the pieces all together, keep them in there, and that's pretty much it, all you get. So this is kind of cool. You get a G unit, which is the Guyver power. I'm guessing it's the one that they throw on or they activate and it goes around the body, but I like the way that they included this. It can be cool for using for stop animation or projects that you want to use, but this is cool. I mean, even the lines on the actual device, it's kind of engraved. Also the silver unit, as well as like the blue lines. This is something cool. I would laugh if you got all the other Guyvers and then they kind of made something like a small display. But this is something cool to add to a collection, and as well as a unique little thing, I reckon. Just unique. On my final closing notes on Guyver, I like him a lot, but I found that posing him can be quite a bit tricky. Also, with his chest piece keeps falling out all the time. Apart from that, it's a really nice figure. It'd be something that I'd add on my collection, but if the other Figma, if they decide to make this particular model again, I don't think I'd collect any other ones. I think he would be the only one that I would want, which is a bit of a shame, because if he's quite as flimsy as I've been trying to pose him, then he's not gonna have his friends, and we all know that we like Guyver and his friends. So tell me guys, would you actually get this figure, yes or no? Let me know down below in the comments. And as always guys, thanks for watching. If you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment and subscribe. Check out Yasta Games and all our other videos, and as always, I'll see you guys in a bit.